Urgent Birds fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest birds news. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Eagles. Eagles signed veteran who recently had surgery after his back went numb. The Eagles signed offensive tackle Kendall Lamb to a one-year deal on Monday, according to NFL Network's Peter Schrager. Lamb, who has played 9 seasons in the NFL, will compete to be Philadelphia's top backup offensive tackle in 2025. He would replace Fred Johnson, who signed a one-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. When Eagles offensive tackle Jordan Mailata missed 4 games with a hamstring injury last season, Philadelphia's offensive line continued to have success because Johnson played well enough. The Eagles had no in-house options to replace Johnson, so the addition of Lamb was needed. Over the last 2 seasons, Lamb impressed in 15 starts with the Miami Dolphins, earning a 72. 7 grade from Pro Football Focus in 2024, which ranked 35th out of 141 offensive tackles, and finishing with a solid grade of 64, 3 in 2023. Lamb could be an upgrade over Johnson, who ranked 121st out of 141 offensive tackles last season, according to PFF. At the end of last season, Lamb underwent back injury for a serious issue, which could lead to him regressing. I have a disc in my left side and my back that's bulging into one of my nerves that's causing my entire left side to go numb, Lamb said on Instagram in January. It has been one of the more trying things to try to sleep at night. It's been one of the more trying things trying to walk even that Sunday morning before the game, like I could barely feel certain things in my left side. Philadelphia could select a backup offensive tackle in next month's draft or sign another veteran to compete with Lamb. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Eagles Nation news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. Eagles named best fit for $70 million All-Pro safety from NFC South. If we've come to understand anything about Philadelphia Eagles general manager Howie Roseman over the years, it's that this is an individual with a plan. Roseman has become one of the NFL's best general managers of all time by thinking 2 and 3 steps ahead. Eagles fans hope one of Roseman's schemes involves reloading at the safety position in 2025 after trading away C.J. Gardner-Johnson to the Houston Texans to begin the offseason. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox thinks part of Roseman's plan might be bringing in 4-time NFL All-Pro safety Justin Simmons on a 1-year contract. Simmons proved last year that he can still play at a high level. Knox wrote on March 23rd, he started 16 games for the Falcons and was one of their few defensive bright spots. He allowed an opposing passer rating of only 81, 9 in coverage, and logged 62 tackles, 7 passes defended, and 2 interceptions. Simmons can likely expect another short-term contract, but he can add a playmaking presence to the back end of a defense. The Philadelphia Eagles, who traded away safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson, are the most obvious fit for Simmons. Simmons went on the Talkin' Ball with Pat Leonard podcast on March 11 and said the Eagles were high on his list of teams he'd prefer to play for in 2025. Simmons, one of NFL's best safeties on Awful Team Simmons, played the first 8 seasons of his career with the Denver Broncos but was released as a salary cap move before the 2024 season and played last year for the Atlanta Falcons on a 1-year, $7.5 million contract. Simmons made all 4 of his NFL All-Pro teams with the Broncos, as well as 2 Pro Bowls, becoming one of the NFL's best safeties over the first decade of his career, and one of the NFL's worst teams in his first 8 seasons. The Broncos finished above 500 just once and never made the playoffs. Denver finally made it back to the postseason following the 2024 season for the first time since 2015, which was also the last season before Simmons joined the team after he was drafted in the 3rd. Round number 98 overall in the 2016 NFL Draft out of Boston College. While Simmons didn't win a lot of games with the Broncos, he did become incredibly rich through the end of the 2024 season. He has $73 million in career earnings. Simmons still among NFL's best available. Free agents ESPN's Matt Bowen still has Simmons ranked among the best available NFL free agents in the 2025 cycle. Simmons, an excellent communicator in the secondary, had 2 interceptions last season, and he has 32 in his career, Bowen wrote. I see his best fit as a veteran addition for a split safety defense. The Eagles don't have a tremendous amount of money left to spend on free agents, so Simmons is also appealing in that regard. SpotRack projects his market value in the range of a 1-year, $5.8 million contract, a number Philadelphia would be fortunate to land him for. Whoever steps into the safety spot has big shoes to fill. Gardner Johnson started 16 games for the Eagles in 2024 with 59 tackles, 12 pass deflections, and 6 interceptions, with 116 return yards, including 1 returned for a touchdown. Philadelphia Eagles add reliable swing tackle for 2025. As previously discussed last week on Gridiron Heroics, the Philadelphia Eagles needed to address their offensive tackle depth after losing their reliable swing tackle, Fred Johnson. Johnson, who spent last season as Philadelphia's swing tackle, signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Finally, the Eagles' 2 backups, Laken Vakalahi and Darian Kinnard, have combined for only 3 games and 1 career start, which is not ideal. Philadelphia Eagles add reliable swing tackle for 2025, according to Peter Schrager of NFL Network. The Eagles have signed former Miami Dolphins offensive tackle Kendall Lamb to a 1-year deal. Lamb is on his 6th team and is in his 11th year in the NFL. The 32-year-old has demonstrated his abilities as a reliable swing tackle with plenty of years of experience at both tackle positions. He has played 119 games with 44 regular season starts, including 32 at right tackle and 12 at left tackle. He spent the last 3 seasons with Miami. Kendall Lamb spent the last 3 years with the Miami Dolphins after bouncing around with the Houston Texans, Cleveland Browns, and Tennessee Titans. During the last 3 years, he played 33 games with 16 starts, playing both tackle positions. He began the year as the Dolphins' swing tackle, but eventually took over as the starting right tackle following the injury of Austin Jackson. Jackson suffered a season-ending meniscus tear in Week 9, and Lamb started in Weeks 10-14 and 16-17. He finished the year giving up 12 pressures, 11 hurries, 1 QB hit, and 0 sacks, posting an 83. 1 pass blocking, a 53, 7 run blocking, and a 72, 7 PFF grade in 15 games and 7 starts. And now, Birds fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Birds. I'll be back any moment with more Eagles Nation news. Fly, Eagles, fly.